Does this look familiar? I always want to be a good passenger. So of course, what I do is just like every other passenger, she's there, and then I crawl up like this, and then I get on the bike like so, and I'm a good passenger.
No.
One of the methods for getting onto a motorcycle, by the way, it doesn't matter if you're an adventure rider or if you're riding on the street bike, this method works really well, but it's actually a step up and over the motorcycle because it's easier to clear the seat and then to get onto the motorcycle. But here's the problem. When you stand up on this left side, and I know what many of you are already thinking is, but I'm going to overwhelm the side stand and damage the side stand, or it's going to sink into the ground, and I don't want to put load on it. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're actually loading the side stand, you're doing it wrong. So to learn how to do this effectively, we actually want to learn from doing it on the other side of the motorcycle. To learn how to do a side stand mount, I'm going to recommend starting from the right side of the motorcycle. Not only is it easier to do, but it helps control any failure so you're not accidentally getting lazy and overloading that side stand or causing damage. And from this side, I start by turning the handlebars all the way away from me, and this allows me more room to step up into the motorcycle. But what you'll notice is as I step in, I'm not standing up on the motorcycle or else the motorcycle falls in my direction. And that's where most riders make the mistake. When they stand up, they stand on the foot peg, they're out from the motorcycle, and they're putting all their weight down onto the peg. The key to this activity, the key to making this mount effective is to plant your knee into the motorcycle, stand up over the bike. You'll notice I'm not using hands, I'm just stepping up and across the motorcycle. I want the bike to offload just slightly, but not so much that the bike comes off the side stand. This also works really well from a lazy standpoint, and just again, a quick reminder, if you do training with me, if you do adventure rider training, my objectives are to conserve energy and preserve the bike, right? That's it. I want to ride lazy and I don't want to break my stuff. So that's always my objective. And that means if I'm trying to do the same maneuver, I can come in from an angle. That way I can use my forward momentum to step up and onto that motorcycle. So as I step up, I can step up and then through the motorcycle, and then I'm still in a balance point. I'm not loading that side stand. And when I stand up on the motorcycle, so if I stand up on the motorcycle, you'll see I'm actually standing slightly forward on this side, which allows me to be balanced over the contact patch on the front and on this inside or on the side stand side of the rear tire contact patch. And this allows me to maintain control of the bike without putting load on that side stand. If you're a bigger rider, you might think that this is a very difficult technique, but you actually have an advantage. Light riders have a tendency to be very sloppy on their technique because they can be. As a heavier rider, this means that you just need to step through the bike farther. So I need to come across and through the bike, where a light rider can stand up and get away with it. In this case, even when I'm standing up, I'm still pressing the knee and I'm coming up and forward towards the camera. So right now, if I look down, I can see the contact patch of the tire directly underneath me, and I'm actually on the camera side of the rear contact patch. This is again compensating for the fact that I was leveraging from my knee, not my foot, but with my knee. Now, as far as the step through goes, this again helps if you have limited flexibility or if you have a lot of luggage on the back. From here, when I step up on the bike, I can step through the motorcycle. And that does allow me to miss that. If you don't have the flexibility to reach up that way, this still does the same thing. If I'm coming straight in from the side, I can go like this and I can bring the leg up and behind. And if I need to, I can brace on the front. But the bracing is only if you're limited in strength or flexibility. If you're doing this well, This should all be about balancing the motorcycle. And again, the balance needed to do this at 0 speed is the same balance and understanding we need to be expert riders when we're in motion. And I'm not propping over on this handlebar over here. There should be no pressure. If I step up, I should be able to step up with minimal movement and the bike stays in one place. Then I can swing over, and at this point, sticking with the idea of saving energy, I can just offset the motorcycle by taking my hip, because currently what I am is my head, my body's lined up over the contact patch of that front tire. So from here, I can actually rotate my hip and pull the bike off the side stand, which takes no real energy. And then I just set my foot down and I'm good to go. And that helps a lot because so many riders that are short, or if your bike is heavily loaded, a lot of the trouble is just getting the bike off the side stand. If the bike was really heavy, I could actually swing my body out to get the bike off of side stand as well. So that's the idea, is to find that sweet balance and be able to mount and dismount from the high side of the motorcycle. This also means I can step through the saddle if I have a big bag on the back of the bike. Now for the more traditional side, mounting from the left. This is probably your go-to, but this is also where it's easiest to make a sloppy mistake because riders have a tendency to step on that foot peg and they step while they're still outboard from the motorcycle. That loads that side stand, and if you have a motorcycle with a weak side stand, or if you're on loose surface, sand, mud, gravel, things like that, you're much more likely to damage that side stand or for the bike to fall over. Also, this is a disadvantage because the motorcycle is now leaning towards me. When I was on the right side of the motorcycle, because it leaned away from me, I was naturally moving up and into the motorcycle. Now I have to climb up and over, which means I have to have a much more deliberate forward motion into the bike. So I'm going to start back here. I've got one hand on the handlebar, which just kind of gives you balance as you're doing this. One foot on the foot peg, and then I'm moving forward to jam that knee into that bike. I'm using that forward motion to pull that bike off the side stand and to transfer that load into the suspension. So I move in this direction. You'll notice that the bike compresses as I mount the motorcycle. Also, when I dismount, you'll see it extends as I do the dismount. So again, standing back, foot to the foot peg, the knee goes into the bike, I'm across the motorcycle, and you'll see I'm quite a ways across the bike. I'm exaggerating, my right foot is now on the peg, and from this position, now I can just use my body to put my right foot down, or I can just pull it a little bit and I can drop the left foot. Much more efficient way to mount a motorcycle, and of course to dismount, than it is to wrestle the bike and to start down from ground level. Mounting and dismounting a motorcycle isn't only when you're solo, but also if you're a passenger.
Where's my fender fluff?
I'm Fender Fluff!
Oh shoot, all right. So Brett, wait. So usually when Brett gets on, he completely upsets the motorcycle. So we're gonna try this a different way. So put your foot against the foot peg. Before you get on, put your knee against the seat. And then I want your shoulder to go up past my shoulder. So hopefully this doesn't, and then figure out how to sit down. And sit down like a normal person. Usually I see a lot of struggling riders with their passenger. Either the passenger doesn't have enough flexibility to get up, or the rider is really struggling holding on to the motorcycle. So since
it's really hard to move around you back here because you got the bags here. There's only so much leg space, and I'm stepping through, but I can hardly get my leg over and around. And if I've got gear that's all sweaty and gooey like it is now, this is not easy.
All right, so let's try this another way.
Okay.
All right, so here, I'll get off. All right.
Okay.
Oh my God. Really? Okay, so this time, get on the bike as you normally would, as if you were the rider. But instead of sitting down on the seat, put your butt on the back seat, and then put your feet on the passenger pegs.
That's a lot easier.
So that way he gets on like a normal person, and then I can also get on like a normal person and be able to sit down and Yeah, how was that? Was that
That
better?
was much easier and a lot more space. And then as a passenger, the other thing I'm paying attention to is as you're moving the bike left and right, instead of me just locking on and just being dead weight, I'm really trying to do the same thing you're doing as a rider. I'm trying to stay over that contact patch. So as the bike rolls left and right, I'm letting my body stay upright. And it's only my butt and hip that moves.
Yeah, otherwise he just gets too heavy for me and then we both go down.
All right.
Oh.
So take me someplace. Take me to go get ice cream. I want ice cream.
Get off. And then for you to get off, you could sit down, put your feet up on the normal pegs.
Okay. Like this?
No.
And this,
no.
and this.
No.
And then,
no.
And then like this.
That's how a normal passenger gets off. No. I don't know. No, you slide. Okay, so you're like this. Once the rider gets off, you slide down and you get off like a normal person like that.
Oh, this is why she won't let me take her. She won't take me nice places. Hey, these skill sets are the same whether you're a rider or you're a passenger. The idea is that you're always trying to maintain central balance in the bike so you're not wrestling it. Low energy techniques, that's what it's all about. And if you want more low energy techniques and you want to come out and ride and train with me and Christina and the other instructors, the 2024 schedule is up at Tkacs.com, so you can take a look at that. Otherwise, we didn't show every technique for mounting a motorcycle besides the traditional method, and we haven't shown you every way to get on as a passenger. So in the comments below, leave some of the best tips that you have for others if they have a passenger or if they're trying to find easier ways to get on and on their motorcycle. Make sure you hit subscribe. Thanks for watching the channel, guys. See you next time. I think if I go on from the behind.
Oh no.
So if I go here and I mount from here, then I can come forward and then I'm perfectly center balanced. And then I can just go like this. And then I think, hold on, I'm gonna try the cowboy thing. Ready?
No,
ready?
I'm not ready.
One,
No,
two,
I'm not.
1, 2, 3. Ah!
Oh, that wasn't so
I
bad.
saw that in the cowboy movies.
That wasn't so bad.
All right. Okay, now, you need different foot pegs. I don't like these rubber foot pegs.
No, they're horrible.
They're horrible. I don't know why manufacturers don't give them more options.
And if you go through water and you have the rubber foot pegs, my feet slip right off.
Hold on, I'm gonna try to get my leg up and out. I don't know how people ride on the back of the motorcycles like this. They're really kind of a pain to get on and off.
Finally, feels so much lighter.
Stay lazy when you ride. You know, we want to conserve as much energy. And again, every time you mount and you put more energy out is calories that you need at the end of the day when something goes bad. So every step I take to save a calorie is to save that energy so I can enjoy camp at the end of the day, or if something goes wrong, I have the energy to deal with whatever just occurred. This all adds up. Also, this skill is critical in becoming a good rider, even in motion, because it teaches you balance on the motorcycle.